Jama'a assalamu alaikum, barkanmu da sake kasancewa da ku a wannan tasha ta ALKHAIRAT TV mai albarka, tare da fatan ana jin daɗin kasancewa da mu a wannan tasha mai albarka. Yanzu hukumar zaɓe mai zaman kanta ta jihar Kano ta ayyana wanda ya lashe zaɓen gwamna a jihar Kano, inda ta ayyana Injiniya Abba Kabir Yusuf a matsayin wanda ya lashe zaɓen ta jihar Kano. Insha Allahu yanzu ba tare da ɓata lokaci ba, yanzu za mu sada ku da shi shugaban hukumar zaɓen ta jihar Kano, a ji yacce ya bayyana yacce sakamakon zaɓen ya kasance, tare da bayyana abin da kowace jam'iyya ta samu, ƙuri'ar da kowace jam'iyya ta samu, tare da ambatar sunan Abba Kabir Yusuf a matsayin wanda shi ya yi nasara a zaɓen wannan gwamna na jihar Kano da aka gabatar. Yanzu sai dai mu ce muna yi wa Abba Gida Gida, muna taya Abba Gida Gida murna. Allah Ubangiji ya sa wannan nasara da ya zama ci gaba ga al'ummar jihar Kano da faɗin Najeriya gaba ɗaya. Yanzu insha Allah ga maganar shi shugaban hukumar zaɓen nan, a yi sauraro da kallo lafiya.
Good morning, everyone. Can we have silence, please? Can we have silence? It's with great pleasure, gratitude to Almighty Allah that has brought us to this stage of our assignment. Sorry. Wait. Well, not to be started, so I don't get we can make it after I finish. No. Okay. Thank you very much. And before we left for the exercise, I remember one of the parties requested that you segregate the votes into overvoting and the cancellation due to violence. It's not me who requested for that. Also, before we left, another party said it here that they have a record of votes categorized as overvoting plus violence, and those that are violence related only. And when you come back, they have their record, they want to compare. Me too, I have my record, I want to compare. Because by the time you announce the result now, we will not be able to have the opportunity to compare. So when you came back, you also wanted to carry us along. That this is your discretion of how you want to go about it. And you requested if we are on the same line. Now, one of the parties stood up and said they're on the same line, and even became the spokesperson of all the political parties here. Every political party here is standing with its own. It didn't come through anybody. It's not represented. So it cannot be forced to accept that. Even if everybody accepts, my party will not accept that. Because they all come here individually. Now, these are things that I want to get it, let us get it clear. I have to see the votes that are termed overvoting plus violence. Where have they been moved to? And also, how did you segregate this willful destruction? Because other climes and other states are not taking it the way we are taking it here in Kano. Some states have taken violence to be violence. There's nothing like willful or unintentional violence. Violence is violence. But voting is violence. Allow him to finish, please. You see, this is the problem. When he was talking, I didn't talk. So, he was the one who said that he wants to see it physically. So I also demanded the same. I want us to see those votes that have been moved to violence, from violence, and those that have not been moved, because our record shows that most of these, what do you call it, cattle boards are under violence. And also, I am not a learned person, but if we look at the law, the provisions, tell me which one you have taken, that's item 2. Item 2 clearly states that animal, and already animal, that we can understand fully that decision, how that decision came about. That's why I'm not under the, I came here individually, so nobody should speak for me. Resistance from distribution of willful obstruction and or get it one by one. We take the first one, willful obstruction and resistance deployment and resistance to deployment from distribution of materials. It means the materials have not left the INEC office. The other way again. Willful obstruction or resistance to deployment from distribution of materials is the same thing. Or distribution is still in one place. So this one happens, this violence happened at the polling station. The violence took place after the materials have left the INEC. It was when the exercise was going on, the violence took place. So I strongly believe that item 6 should prevail in this circumstance. You are the returning officer, you have the discretion, but we know ordinary common sense, ordinary English can be interpreted like this. This obstruction and this resistance to deployment. Deployment means taking it to the the vote to take place.
Can you conclude so you can get a response? You can't speak forever.
Okay, this is what so I have done this, and I want also I will also agree with my colleague here that is an agent of the other party. We want to see how these votes are categorized because we have our own record. If this record are moved to another if Babaji is moved to what we call it the structure, then it means we are overloading that aspect. But we must reducing so that it will not fall under the category, the margin of lead provision. So I want us to be fair and transparent. I'm not after editing. I'm just after rules that you have set for yourself. Nobody here set those rules. National Assembly enacted the act and reviewed it, and also INEC has own rules here. Nobody, I didn't participate in the making of the rules. Nobody here participated, but I want it to be followed so that we know how that is arrived at. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. For the explanation, I believe there is nothing I will say that I have not said before. I will only repeat myself, and I'll do it for clarity. The word willful wasn't inserted by me. I didn't manufacture the word. I read it from the manual. And once there's an obstruction, I don't know if there's an unwillful obstruction. Willful obstruction or obstruction, for me, mean one and the same. Mean there was an obstruction. For as long as it is created by man, not created by external force, it is willful. No, there are two different. I'll read it again. No. Just it's okay. I will read it for the object for the last time. I'll read it. Willful obstruction, that's one part of the sentence. And or wait now. Implying that can stand on its own because it is or when the combination of the two happens. So if any of them happen, the same rule applies. Sorry? That is the second leg in the alternative. Suppose there was no willful obstruction, but there is resistance to deployment. Support. Let me finish. But it's an alternative. It's not standing alone. The sentence is a compound sentence, meaning either of the two or both. That is in the event that the issue under discussion is deployment. What about if it's willful disruption? Can that stand alone? Like, I've tried. I've tried to be fair to everyone. It's okay. And so, yeah. My understanding is either of the two, or if both of them happen concurrently, the same rule applies. That credit affected PUs with 0 votes, which means in the first place the votes were never counted and shall not count in the application of the margin of lead. The second is that we should conclude, the expected outcome is that we should conclude what we have started. And on that note, I will go to the other side of the questions you asked. The other side of the question that you asked was, I went back to polling unit by polling unit and extracted what happened in each of the polling units as reported by the collation officers. And I have the complete list. And like I said, because it is not meant the one that is violence or willful obstruction are not meant to affect the margin of lead. Like I said, I dropped them from consideration as far as margin of lead is concerned. But overvoting is meant to have effects on the margin of lead, and so I have retained them. That's what I said before. And I had a total incidences. What do you want? 195 incidences across the entire state. And at the end of the day, it involved 138 local governments. It involved 180 arrays. It involved 385 polling units. It also affected 253,160 votes. But for the purposes of segregation, that's the PVC collected, sorry. The PVC collected in affected zone, all of them were 253, 160. But for the purposes of margin of lead, the cancellation over voting, the figure reduced to 84,849. For the cancellation for violence, I had 168,351. And I did this painstakingly, polling unit by polling unit. And that was the reason why I said I should be excused from this environment so that I can concentrate. That's the figure that I have. And on that note, I present the results for this exercise. That is for the put of yes. Yes. Okay. So the results for Kano State, the voluntary results for Kano State, total number of registered voters stood at 5,921,370. Number of accredited voters, 2,032,960. 955. Number of valid votes is 1,977,872. Rejected votes 27,092. Total votes cast 2,004,964. Now I will read out the total votes received by the individual aspirants. The declaration of results. I, Professor Ahmed Doko Ibrahim, hereby certify that I am the returning officer for the 2023 Kano State governorship election held on the 18th day of March 2023. The election was contested. The candidates received the following votes. 1. Santuraki Alhaji Hamisu of AA Party scored 211 votes. Number 2, Sani Mahamud of AAC scored 955 votes. Number 3, Khalid Ibrahim Idris of ADC scored 12,832 votes. Number 4, Ibrahim Sha'aban Sharada of ADP scored 9,402 votes. Number 5, Gauna Nasiru Yusuf of APC scored 890,705 votes. Then number 6 is Sulen Kuka Owayase of APGA scored 1,360 votes. Number 7, Sani Ibrahim of APM scored 4,955 votes. Number 8, Muhammad Ibrahim of APP scored 430 votes. Number 9, Yakubu Ferreira Ahmed of BP scored 5. Of LP scored 5,409 votes. Number 11, Yusuf Abba Gida of NNPP scored 1,019,602 votes. Number 12, Mahmoud Aishatu of NRM scored 862 votes. Number 13, Muhammad Sani Wanda scored 15,957 votes. Number 14, Yakasai Salihu Tanko of PRP scored 2,183 votes. Number 15, Muhammad Jibala of SDP scored 759 votes. Number 16, Muhammad Ahmad Isa of YPP scored 9,835 votes. 1,882 votes. That Yusuf satisfied the requirement of the law is hereby declared and is returned elected. Dated this day, 20th March 2023. Thank you very much. Please, agent, to come and kindly sign the results, please.
To, alhamdulillah, wannan shi ne yacca baturen zaɓe na Jihar Kano gaba ɗaya ya ayyana Abba Kabir Yusuf a matsayin wanda ya lashe zaɓe. Yanzu insha Allah za mu ƙara bayyana muku sakamakon da NNPP wanda shi Abba Kabir Yusuf Abba Gida Gida yake ciki ya samu, da kuma jam'iyyar APC wanda Nasiru Yusuf Gawuna yake takara a ciki shi ma ya samu, duba da cewa yayin da baturen zaɓen yake karanto sakamakon zaɓen da ya zo kan na Abba Kabir Yusuf, na'ura ta ɗan yi tangarɗa ba a ji sosai ba. Ga sakamakon nan ga kamar haka. Shi Abba Kabir Yusuf wato Abba Gida Gida ya samu ƙuri'a miliyan 1,19,602, yayin da Dr. Nasiru Yusuf Gawuna na APC ya samu ƙuri'a 809,705. Wannan shi ya bawa Abba Gida Gida nasara da tazarar ƙuri'a 130,000 da 'yan kaɗan, yanda shi ne ya ba shi nasarar lashe wannan zaɓe. To, Allah Ubangiji ya sa Abba ya zama babban alheri ga al'ummar Jihar Kano. Allah Ubangiji, kamar yacce muke ta addu'a muke cewa Allah ya zaɓa mana shugaba na gari, Allah ya sa na garin muka zaɓa. Allah Ubangiji ya sa ya zama shugaban da zai kawo ci gaba ga al'ummar Jihar Kano wanda ba a taɓa samu a Jihar Kano ba, ya zama na silar bunƙasa arziki da albarka a Jihar Kano gaba ɗaya da faɗin Najeriya gaba ɗaya. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Ku ci gaba da kasancewa da mu a wannan tasha ta ALKHAIRAT TV don ci gaba da kawo muku abubuwan da suke faruwa da sakamakon zaɓe da yake faruwa a ragowar jihohin Najeriya. Assalamu alaikum.